All right, Sunday, May 18th. This is the Lion Channel. I'm John. Day, I believe it's 16 of my manifesting journey. Let me just double check. I forgot to double check before I made the video. No, this is day 17. Okay, so 17 straight days making videos. I will make a video every day for at least the first year of my manifesting journey. So day 17, I want to talk about some glitches that happened over the past of the course of the last 24 hours. Also, about to have in about 10 or 15 minutes, as soon as I'm done this video, my wife is cooking hot sausage. So I'm super stoked for that. I made a video talking about how I couldn't eat hot sausage, and hot sausage, my favorite food on the planet. And since I started practicing the law of assumption, I went from not being able to eat hot sausage to basically being able to eat any kind of spicy food that you could imagine. Last night, couple glitches. We went out for Chinese food, just like kind of like a, my daughter went to the Phillies game for a couple hours, so we just decided to go out to eat. So BYOB. And at the Chinese restaurant, they have that spicy mustard. I don't know what it does to you, but like the smallest little bit, I have no nose hairs left. Like after I eat that, but I love it. So I haven't been able to ate that, no issues. So any kind of spicy foods, I can now eat just magically, okay? But it's not magic. It's the law of assumption, and it's the law of assumption in action, okay? So glitches. Speaking of the Chinese restaurant last night, glitch number one, my wife has been, for the last couple weeks, she's had like a sciatic nerve thing acting up in her back. And, it was started to get better. It was bothering her for like 4 or 5 days. And she's been working out more consistently than really she has been, than I've ever seen her. And so once she did this, and the sciatic nerve was so painful that she couldn't work out for like 4 or 5 days, she had some resistance. Okay, she was, I guess feeling guilty, I think she said, was one of the feelings. And she was just like, kind of like a little upset at the fact that she was missing days and she had been so consistent. So she went back to working out, maybe a little bit too soon. As soon as it started to feel a little better, she went back and she hurt her back again. And she came up and she's immediately like, why is this happening to me? And this and that. I said, you have to have a meeting. First of all, this this negativity and this negative emotion is not helping it. It's just recreating this to happen again. What you have to do is take this as information, as wisdom, and what can you learn from it? And so she did, and she, instead of getting wrapped up, she caught herself getting wrapped up in the negative emotion. And she went and instead reflected on it and took it as wisdom. And she figured out that the reason why she re-injured herself was because of her negative emotions, feeling guilty and, whatever else she was feeling because she couldn't work out. So her perspective recreated that again, because her perspective was seeing it in a negative light and it was full of negative emotion, instead of maybe looking at it as, maybe I needed a rest. Maybe my body I've been working out so consistently, maybe my body needs a rest, and this is, the way it's telling me that it needs a rest. And then just taking advantage of the rest, and then not trying to rush it and going and working out when it felt 100%. And I have no doubts that, she wouldn't have re-injured it had she done that in the first place. So now she has the opportunity to do that this time, which she's going to. Okay, so, but the glitch with that is not that, but last night, going into the Chinese restaurant, we were walking by these older ladies. Okay, I'm 48. They were probably in their 70s, I guess. And the one was kind of like limping, and we, kind of started chatting with them. And the older lady that was limping, my wife asked what was hurting her, and she had the same exact sciatic nerve issue that my wife had on the same exact side. All right, so there's a little glitch. Okay, since my wife's been giving so much attention to that, okay, that's what happens. Whatever you're giving attention to, you're recreating in your experience, whether it's you're recreating the injury again to happen to you, or you're recreating people coming to you in that experience with the same issue. Okay, this is a simulation. That's a glitch. These things are glitches. They are proving that this is a simulation. All right. Second thing, fortune cookie. We opened up my wife loves opening fortune cookies up. She's like, "Are you going to open a fortune cookie?" I said, "I already know what my fortune is. I go to sleep, thinking about it every night. That's my fortune. I don't need a cookie to tell me what my fortune is." But she, she was persistent. Okay, so I wound up opening the fortune cookie, and the fortune said, "You're gonna have to work hard for your success." And I was like, that's not right. Okay, because I'm not gonna have to work hard at all. This is fun, and this is easy, and that's how everything's gonna manifest for me. Okay, so I was like, maybe on the other side, maybe there's something, because I knew that there was gonna be something there because of how persistent she was in terms of getting me to open that fortune cookie. So on the other side, I flipped it over, and there's 5 numbers that these fortune cookies, if you've never opened a fortune cookie, there's 5 numbers on the back. And the numbers, I think, range from like 1 to like 99. Okay, so my numbers was 1, was my favorite number. I used to wear it all the time when I was growing up and playing basketball. My favorite basketball player was Charles Barkley, and his number was 34. So one of those numbers was my favorite number, 34. And then the other two of the other 4 numbers were 6 and 2, which is my birthday, June 2nd. All right, so 3 out of the 5 numbers had significant relevance to my life and my experience. All right, so that was another glitch as far as I'm concerned. And there was one more glitch, and it is actually escaping my mind at this moment. So I will move on to the next thing, which is, I know I kind of come on here every day and make these videos, and I feel like I look like everything just continually gets better, okay? Which it does, okay? At the end of the day, when I reflect, even if like some people would look at yesterday and say yesterday was way better than today in terms of positive experiences, it's not always how positive your day was that makes it better than the last. Sometimes you'll have a day full of negativity, and as long as you, quote unquote, negativity, okay, I don't really see anything as negative anymore because it's a simulation and it's all information, okay, for me to learn and grow from. But somebody else with a different perspective and different mindset would be looking at that and say, wow, that's a lot of negativity for the day. But so my days continually get better, because even if I have a day that's quote unquote full of negativity, which today has kind of been like one of those days, as long as I'm not reacting to the negativity, like I said, and then I'm able to take the information from that and almost like pat myself on the back sometimes after the incident happens, because I know that was just, it's almost like little tests. Like this is like it's like a high-tech video game. So if I cannot react, which is the way to win, it's the way to get everything you want. The more that you're able to see this as a simulation and the less you react to it, the happier you're going to be. So the hard part is remembering that, like 24/7. Sometimes you forget, all right? It's easy to forget because you haven't lived this way for that long, okay? Me especially. Like I only just heard about the simulation a little more than a month ago. So that's why I said I have all of these, papers all over my desk, and I hung up, papers all over the house. I have like 5 different spots where I have little things that say, I know I am living in a simulation, and this reminds me every single time I look in the mirror. So I have all those reminders, and as long as I know that I am living in a simulation and I'm reminded, anything could be happening and I would not react to it. I would take it as information, okay? And that's what I've been able to do today. All right, some of the biggest tests are from the closest people to you in your life. Family, friends, the closest family, the closest friends, and this is just something I'm figuring out. And that's because you have the most history with those people. And you've created a lot of negativity, unintentional and unbeknownst to you as you were doing it, a lot of negative moments, at least I have. Okay, so those moments have to, I've recreated a lot of stuff that I don't really want. Okay, so that stuff has no choice but to play out. I just don't know when it's going to play out. All right, so that's why I have to keep myself, my vibration and my frequency as high as I can, because when I do that, I'm present, and when I'm present, I know that I'm in a simulation, so I don't react to it. And as long as I'm able to do that, this feels like levels. So it's almost like what happened today was a test. It was like let's just say level 6 on a video game. And then tomorrow, maybe I move up to level 7, or maybe I'm still on level 6 and I'll get some things with the same level of difficulty in terms of trying to get me to react. All right, because when you start at level 1, if you're reacting to small stuff on level 1, like there's no reason to get more than that, because you're already reacting to level 1. And so if you had bigger stuff happen to you, it would take the legs out from under you. So so that's how I'm starting to see things, and I just wanted to convey that message. If I'm making it seem in these short, videos, 15 minutes, like everything is just gravy all the time, And just because I know this is a simulation and I'm falling asleep and the wish fulfilled, like my life is perfect. It's not even close to that. Okay, every day is kind of challenging. Okay, but that's what's making it exciting, because I wake up and I'm like, all right, this is a simulation. Let's go. What's coming today? Okay, what great things are coming? What am I going to manifest today? But then also, what am I going to have to not react to today? And what am I going to have to make sure I'm awake for, so that when it does happen, I don't react to it? All right, so I guess I'll have to tell you about that third glitch in the next video, because it hasn't come to me. But that's it. That's it for today. 15 minutes, good time. I hope you just have a great night. I'm going to go dominate some hot sausage. And I love you all, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. See you.